Welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ronique, and I appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already liked and subscribed and commented, I would be so happy if you would. It really helps my channel grow. Thank you all for coming back today. Aries, today we are going to talk about the oracle messages that we have coming through in April, especially around the Mars Saturn conjunction that occurs on April 4th, 2022. What we're going to do is we're going to pull some mythical goddess tarot cards, as well as we're going to pull an oracle message for each sign. So make sure and watch your sun, moon, and rising sign. And let's get right into it. If you haven't already looked at your April 2022 month ahead, as well as your new moon that we just passed there in Aries, this is really an initiating month. So please take a look at that. Okay, these cards are a little bigger than normal, so they're kind of hard to shuffle good, but let's try and make it work. Okay, so what do we have for our Aries sign? So you all have alchemy. So you all have the number 8, which is usually that symbolism of infinity. And you can see here it says the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. So I think this is really pivotal for you, Aries, because this is this time of new beginnings, new information coming in. You all definitely are in your element during this time of April. We do, though, want to pay attention to those energies around the Mars conjunct Saturn time around April 4th at 22 degrees of Aquarius. The main things are going to be like take action, initiate new goals, but be careful of irritability, disagreements, and not agreeing with others. So let's pick a past, present, and future spread here, and let's see, Aries, what oracle information we have coming through. Okay, Aries, so we do have the High Priestess in reverse. And what I'm going to do is actually read all the cards in the upright position, because I feel like for oracle messages, if there's something more on the lower vibrational side, it will come through. We also have Wind, which is 8 of confusion, which is wind. So we basically have in this deck, there are major arcana cards like this High Priestess, and then there are the 4 suits. And then we have the White Buffalo Calf Woman, number 11, Sacred Fire. So I already think that this is interesting because, Aries, you already have 2 major arcana cards in the past and in the future. One dealing with the High Priestess, which obviously is your way to be able to connect to the unseen, your intuitive nature, how it is that you really come into knowing what is going on without actually having to see it, but more to feel it. And then you have Sacred Fire, number 11, which has to do with you really being able to understand what magic you have to be able to unveil in the future. So let's do one card at a time. So in the past, you have this High Priestess, number 2. What I love about this deck, you all, is it does a really good job of highlighting, and I like to read actually from the book because they do a really good job of explaining how these sacred women, or more feminine energy, can affect us all, regardless if we're man, woman. But what I love about this High Priestess is it actually is representative by the moon, and it says the Egyptian High Priestess is the great mother goddess of the universe, the benevolent mystical goddess of the people. So it says, beautiful Isis spreads her magnificent wings, navigating the realms of spirit with ease. So you can already tell, like, this is literally you coming into your own, Aries, as we use this alchemy in your, you know how the sun has come into your sign, it's made its solar return. So I think really during April, the universe is asking you really to use this power that you have from within to really ignite some new passion, some new activity, but more tap into your intuitive nature as opposed to you just focusing on what you see. In the present, we do have confusion, and look at here, you have another 8 and 8 here for the alchemy. So I think it's interesting because this card is of wind, and it's basically representing confusion. And you can see here in the picture, it literally is this person who is worried, they're really stressed out. Wind has to usually do with that swords energy. So you may feel very confused, or too much is on your mind, trying to navigate what's going on throughout all these energies. And I will say, Aries, especially with this Mars conjunct Saturn, since Mars is your ruler and Saturn has to do with the great teacher or what lessons you're learning. So I wouldn't be surprised at this Mars conjunct Saturn time of April 4th if you're coming into this time where you're really trying to understand what's going on. Maybe you have some confusing information coming to you. But I will tell you that with that number 8 card, it's almost like it's almost like the numerology of cycles, and you just kind of have to go with it, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune, where sometimes things are up, sometimes they're down. I really feel like with this wind and alchemy right below the 8, there is some type of sign that the universe is asking you to really use your intuition as opposed to you focusing on only what you see, or you're going to be very confused and disoriented. And in the future, you have this number 11, sacred fire. And I like reading the ones from the book for the major arcana cards, which are the purple cards, because they really do a better job of explaining like how to tap into that energy. So the number 11, sacred fire white buffalo calf woman, actually represents Leo. And it says, beautiful white buffalo calf woman embodies the passion of sacred fire, the Native American holy one who teaches humankind to revere spirit through the honoring of Mother Earth. And I really love that connotation, because I do feel like as you all are going through this new period, your new solar return, Aries, use this Mars conjunct Saturn to really like take action. Figure out how it is you can connect with your spirit, how you can help others. That Leo energy could be you really connecting with family, having fun, really enjoying yourself, but remembering like where you came from and connecting back to the earth. I do think as a whole, Aries, it's going to be a very positive month, but I do think that you can get into this analysis paralysis with the wind 8 confusion card. But I want you to look back at the alchemy and the high priestess to know that you are being led by, you know, sacred beings. You are being led to figure out like how this alchemical process is working through you. Make sure and take a look, as I said, at those April 2022 month ahead readings, as well as those Aries new moon readings, just to get a little more insight as to how these are playing out for your month. But overall, I think you're going to have a great month, and I hope these oracle messages have helped. Okay, Aries, I'll talk to you later. Bye.